Yo, what is good? My anniversary. What is good, yo? So, Food War has finally come to an inevitable conclusion. But, to be fair, I am recording this without the information of the internet backing me up to know if there's another season already being announced, kind of like another show that I already made a video for. You know what? I'm not salty. I'm not salty. You're salty. Um, we are pretty close to seeing what everything amounted to in Food War. I still feel like there's room for more. Um, I also feel like they got rid of the organization of Noir very, very underhandedly, which was like way out of character for a lot of these people to go secretly and attack this organization and try to bring down everything that they're about in the underground chef world or whatever. But it also makes sense because this is something of a weird universe where food rules the world in the grand scheme of like the rich and the poor. um, and because these people were dealing in these businesses, they probably had some run-ins with them. I feel like they are truly the food mafia, and maybe all of these people inside of, the academy has had some type of run-in with them, or maybe they battled somebody and they went to that side. Who knows, man? But there's a lot of them, and to think that none of them are known by anybody doesn't make any sense. So I kind of write it off as that. Maybe they were trying to help some people that have gone just down the wrong path, and if anything, if there's things that could happen differently because of how the schooling is or how people are just so focused on crushing each other with their foods, things could have been different for these people, and they deserve a second chance, because as soon as they started eating some of the cooking of the old elites, they were turning into mushy, like lovey-dovey people, so everybody is trying their best to get by, and that's definitely what they showcased with the Noir group. But they were just taken out so easily, it felt almost like a waste. But at the same time, they were showing up so randomly that it didn't really matter, right? Like, they have barely any room to grow because they showed up just as quick as they disappeared practically. So unfortunately, that's the end of them. I mean, not unfortunately, I'm glad they're gone. For some reason, they symbolize what it looked like to be the Ku Klux, so I'm good. I didn't like anything about their design besides the red scarf, because red scarves are pretty sick, and there's a lot of cool characters that rock red scarves, so clearly that was, there for a reason to look dope and stylish, but the hood's gotta go. Outside of that, though, I really did enjoy seeing this inevitable end, and Soma pretty much being in a position where he actually lost to God Tongue after everything he just did. After everything he did to make the best thing ever, it proves and showcases who truly is the best cook out of them all. And it's kind of cheap because of her tongue and her testing her own stuff and seeing how good it is or how far it has to go, to then fixing it perfectly in the way she sees shape form, so I do agree that she's pretty cheap of a character, but if anyone could beat her, it was supposed to be Soma. And after what happened, and she ate something that truly moved her, and they had a different effect, which I know one of my anime people really do hate the gifting. And I felt like whenever God Tongue or the mom or even the dad or grandpa ever eat something, the gifting is not far away from being showcased, because it's just a lot easier to just make everybody butt naked and stop drawing clothes and stuff like that. Stop doing designs and just give us muscles and bras and robes, like that seems easier for them. But you would think it'd be harder, because then they have to style different types of underwear for every single character and their personality that they think fits that person. I'm getting too much into it. But overall, this show has been quite a roller coaster for me. I watched it season 1 not knowing what to expect, and here I am season 5 finally maybe saying goodbye to these characters, which I don't think should happen. I think if they're smart, they could easily start up a whole new generation, because they clearly had no problem saying that people get around in this show, right? Unless it's only Godtongue's father that gets around, and he happens to have 2 kids that are ridiculously broken at cooking, and then one of his kids got trained by the person. Okay. And the other thing is, like, did Soma's dad go there willing to teach that kid knowing it was his son? You know, like, hearing that it could have been possibly his son or something? Like, what? And why was he alone? Where was that mom of his, supposedly? You know, did he run away and become alone? A lot of things were still left out, unfortunately, but at the end of the day, at least there's some closure in certain aspects of Godtongue and Soma pretty much being in, one of them being in love with the other. We don't know how dense Soma truly is, but it feels like he's pretty dense when it comes to actual love, like actually just being like, I love you, and not anything about your cooking and how you make me feel like I could be better at cooking. Feels like that's just what it is, right? Like, he just loves cooking so much so that he didn't even tell the person that he supposedly quote unquote love, if people want to say he loves her, that he's leaving for as long as he did. So where did all that love go? You know? If I'm dipping, I want the girl that I love to know where I'm going, so maybe at least she knows that I care enough to tell. But there was a note left, so I guess she, Godtongue just took it personally. To be fair, she wasn't even at the whole entire, like, banquet of people eating and whatnot. She was having dinner and dealing with her mother and father, so yeah, it's very, very cool to see all this come to an end. But at the same time, I did feel some type of way, because hearing that the guy is, you know, Godtongue's sister-in-law, and he wanted to marry her, huh? Anyway, we'll just act like that didn't happen, okay? Huh? Anyway, man, I hope you all have an amazing day, night, evening. I'll drop 2 more videos later today, so if you are a sub, you already know what time it is. New people, yeah, more videos drop. I drop a ridiculous amount. If you don't like a lot of videos, I might not be the YouTuber for you. So with that being said, take care, everybody, and peace.